Welcome to the Afroworld channel. It's a channel that gets us live into Radio Adelaide. So it's the channel which gives you African culture, news, and also music. But today we are into culture, and we are also going to be talking to Lindah. She would tell me how to pronounce her name, but I would just say Lindah Monzaley or Monzaley. I don't know how to talk about this. So, Lindah, can you introduce yourself so I don't mess around your name?
Okay. Thank you actually for welcoming me and giving me this opportunity. My name is Lindah. Monzaley, that's just a given name. That's not my real name. Well, I'm just Lindah Monzaley for now. Yes. Do I need to keep going or that's it?
Wonderful. So, to those who are just joining us, Afroworld is a channel where people from Africa and Australia bring their programs and connect with the world over. Today, I'm talking to Lindah Monzaley, like she said. She's from the great country of Kenya, and she will tell us more about that. She lives in Australia here, and she's an academic. She's also has a passion and a talent to deal with making us look nice. So she's into fashion and fabrics. So Lindah, to those who want to contact Lindah about the business that she's going to talk about, you can, I've put a number on the screen. You can also contact me. I can give you her number if she authorizes me. But Lindah, feel free. Can you tell us a bit about yourself? How you grew up and how you came to be in Australia and what opportunities you are seeing in Australia.
Okay. Actually, I've been in Australia for 3 years now, and I came here on a student visa, pursuing master's in public health, which I just finished and graduated. But in Kenya, I had studied bachelor's in analytical chemistry, which is a completely different field, but it's okay. Passion changes. And that's how I started, and that's how I came to Australia. Initially, it was just to pursue education. I never knew I would come to do this.
Wonderful. So, tell us more about this issue of fashion. We see you talking much about this and what is happening around this issue of fashion. Do you run an online shop or do you have a physical shop? What do you supply?
Actually, in my fashion business, I started as customizing clothes, like just putting fabric and enhancing the look of any kind of fabric. I do most of the time sell all my fabrics or all my items on social media. It's the best what is working for me right now. So I'm always on Facebook and Instagram mostly. That's where I do display, and that's how I've always received clients. And also the other thing was through friends. I make one for a friend, and friends referring to friends all the time, and that's how I've grown slowly by slowly.
So, where do people find you if they want to get supplies from you?
So normally I would well, I have a house. I have rented a house where I do both the business and I live here. So if someone needs to come and see or make a choice, which I normally do offer a lot, I offer people to make choices, especially if they're in Adelaide. They come to my place and they make choices and negotiate designs together. If, for instance, they are outside Australia, outside Adelaide, like Melbourne or Sydney, I would normally take pics of them, pictures of whatever I want to send them or whatever they want to order, and then they get a choice to choose.
So you are working from home?
Yes.
Wonderful. And how has COVID affected your business?
Well, COVID affecting my business actually gave me an opportunity. Most of my clients were from Melbourne, and when Melbourne went on lockdown, there was so many delays. Um, Express delays would take almost 2 weeks, which is meant to take up to only 3 days. People not being able to work, I could not insist on people buying from me just because they had other challenges. So yeah, but during that COVID season, I just found another opportunity of just trying out new things while the COVID season was on, so that by the time the pandemic is over or the restrictions are eased, I would have better products to or more products to offer to the people. So I was affected, but I saw it as an opportunity to learn more.
Wonderful. And what would you say to some small Lindah Monzaleys out there? What advice would you want to give them?
I would say if you have an idea, put it in action. That's the only way you will get noticed. That's the only way you will explore what you can actually do. Like honestly, I did not know that I could do all these, and through all the learning and inspiration that I have done, I never knew. But it was until I put myself out there that's when I got the opportunity. And you get so many motivation, discouragement, challenges, but all in all is you got a chance and you just put it out there, and that's what I'll keep on saying.
And you have told us that so where do you get the material that you use to do you make some of the clothes here?
Yes.
Where do you get the material?
So for the materials, I have two different suppliers. I have a supplier in Addison or Pennington, and then I have another supplier in Salisbury. So depending on the demand, I go to either of the shop because I always get better deals to get the fabrics. Yeah, so I get them from here actually.
So did you learn this business of making clothes somewhere, or did you go to school for it, or it just you were born with it?
I don't know if I can say I was actually born with it. I think I'm more of a vision person. I see a design, I just think in my head how it's possibly made, and I try out. So for the first time, it might go wrong, but I keep on trying. So I guess I honestly haven't attended any college or any school or being taught really by anyone how to do sewing. Everything is just me learning and having inspiration all the time and exploring new things all the time that I think might look good on someone. And if it looks good on me, I believe it looks good on someone else. So that's how I grow and make things.
So this thing of looking at things, making your own things, we have seen you are making very good things for that matter. That's why we have brought you to this show, so that other people can benefit from your services. Did you start it in Australia or you started it in Kenya?
I started in Kenya doing I used to make pillowcases using hand. There's a certain specific design where all the pattern were made using hand. I did that after finishing uni, just so that as a way to be employed. So I did that for like 6 months before I came to Australia. So, but the whole business idea and expanding and making other things, I just started in Australia.
Okay, so did you do you think it came from someone? Sometimes you find that in our families there is a great grandparent or grandfather or cousin who is this innovative, doing things, and then you see it's passed on to us. Did you learn from your sisters, your mother, your cousins, or what?
Probably my mother. I don't know if she used to do any tailoring, but I think years back you had to have a certain skill. So I guess that's the kind of skill she learned during those times. So that's the only person I would honestly say I would have adopted this art from. It's only my mother. My sisters, not really.
So what are your prices like? If someone wants
Actually,
you to make a design for them?
I would say my prices are very, very fair. Maybe even I'm even the cheapest. I do very fair prices, especially depending on the item, because I have different categories. There are t-shirts, there are hoodies. So, but generally my prices range from $35 to $100 per item.
Okay. So $35 to $100.
Yes.
What is the most expensive design you have made so far?
A skirt.
How much was it?
120.
Oh, that's very wonderful. Okay, so
Yeah.
do you get orders from overseas as well? Do you supply people in other countries like UK, USA, Canada?
I've received, I think, 2 orders only from US. That's where I have made delivery. I receive orders from Kenya, but it's unfortunate that it's really expensive to ship things to Kenya, or converting whatever I'm selling in Australian dollar to Kenyan dollars, it will be so expensive. So far I haven't really sent anything to Kenya, but I'm thinking of working something around it because I have received so many orders from Kenya, but so far I'm beginning to get clients from US.
So, if someone wants to do this kind of business, can you take us through the process of doing it in Australia, like the process of doing it, so that the small Lindah Monzaleys who want to be like you can have an idea of where to go and what to do?
Sorry, I didn't get the actual question.
My question is, can you take us through the process of doing this kind of business? What you need to make it happen?
First thing I would say, you need passion. Because honestly, if you want to start a business, generally it would be something that you like and you love doing and you'd want to dedicate most of your time to it. So I would say you want to do something that you really like and you're passionate about. um of course you will need some finances because you will need to buy the small items. And if you're starting something that's completely new, like the way I was starting, you can always, your budget would always be really little because you're just looking for maybe a sewing machine and a piece of fabric. That's all you need, and you can always reuse the kind of fabrics that you have just around your house, so that you can just try and see that you can actually do something just as a trial or as a practice. So I would say,
Do you have
yeah, that's pretty much.
a website or a Facebook page that people can find you on?
Yes, currently I do have a Facebook page and I call myself Nzalekara Fashion, and yet to create a website. But yes, for now, it's just the Facebook page.
Yeah. So for now, you've got a Facebook page, and you are yet to
Yes,
create your um, your
my
website.
website.
That's good.
Yes.
To those who are just joining us, we are having a chat with Lindah Monzaley. She is an Australian who is making it in as far as fashion is concerned. She has talent, she has fashion, she never went to school for it, but she's doing an amazing and a great job. Those who want to contact her, you can get her on a number which is on this screen. She does an amazing job. Do you also supply people who are doing weddings or things like weddings? Do you supply costumes for weddings?
So far, actually, I haven't found any order in terms of wedding related, or maybe it's because I haven't put myself out there as much in relation to wedding related. Because like in a wedding situation, they would want kind of perfection, very specific clothing. And at the stage where I am, I would not want to make fake promises that I can deliver these. So sometimes I do get an order, but I would just have to decline politely, saying at the level that I have enhanced my skills, it's not that much. So yes, I do what
And
I
where do
can.
we see Lindah and the business in 5 years' time? What's your vision? Where are we going with this business? Where are you going?
I'm going places. I honestly see myself
We'll see you
going
in Dubai.
Dubai and
Okay, yeah.
Italy. I see myself actually working with different people in this industry. Eventually, I would wish to host a fashion show to actually officially launch the business, and I would be coordinating with so many people and working together and collaborating. So here in Australia, I see an opportunity, and in 5 years' time, that opportunity will just this. It's like opportunities never end as long as you are out here. So I see myself being among the best designers, despite not having any education, and hosting one of the best fashion shows that probably everyone will be talking about for a very long time. So yes.
Wonderful. So Afroworld will be catching up with you in the near future in your workshop, so you can show us what you are using, what you are doing, and some of these nice products that you have. For now, anyone who wants to see what Lindah does on in fashion, just check her Facebook page, and you can also call her. She can invite you to have a look around and see what she's doing. But basically, she's an inspiration to Africans in Australia or African Australians. Many people would want to be like her. So, what's your word to all the people who are trying to do business in Australia?
I would love to say if you already started a business in Australia, don't give up. Challenges do exist, but I believe they make you stronger and even wiser. You get to be stronger in making decisions and wiser, and any more discouragement that comes your way, you'll always find it's like you've created this kind of a shield. For those who are planning to start, I would say don't take too long planning. Sometimes you just want to trust the process and give yourself a chance, because one thing that will keep you going is whatever I want to start, because you are the one starting, there's a uniqueness in you. At least, not as much as people would say, not everyone would like what you do, but at least give yourself hope that there's always be one person who would like what I'm doing, and that is always enough hope to keep you going and enough motivation. Yes.
Thank you very much to all those who will be watching this and who are watching this. We are talking to Lindah Monzaley. She's a South Australian or an African Australian who lives in Adelaide, South Australia, and she is very talented in what she does. Issues to do with fashion. You want something, you want to look nice, you want to look smart, like her and me. Just contact her. She does a good job. So, Lindah,
Yes.
I will give you this opportunity to give us your last words. So we close for today.
Did you want me to continue speaking?
Let me rephrase my question.
Yes,
I
please.
wanted you to give your last words, but I can see people would want to know what challenges you are facing in this business.
There are a number of challenges, and apparently, when I started actually the business, I got the first discouragement. Someone said to me, "Oh, whatever you're doing is actually very common," and I was like, "Okay, because I'm doing it in Australia, that makes a difference, and whatever I'm making is unique." So, for one of the greatest challenge I've noticed is discouragement. You would face so many discouragement and fake promises. which is very normal, it actually makes you realize who the kind of people who can actually support you and those who are just like in between. Secondly is financial. It may be a bit challenging financially, but the advice I would give about that is whatever you're making, whenever you're starting something, you just start with the smallest budget. You don't want to go big and then you have so many maybe discouragements or disappointments later. So to manage your financial situation, you always want to start slowly and you like the lowest budget that works with you. And well, other challenges are just personal, which you get to learn to deal with them. Being a pretty woman, there are so many challenges, and yeah, those are main challenges that I have faced so far.
Can you repeat your last statement? You said being a what you find so many challenges.
Being a beautiful woman.
Yeah, that. So, what challenges are you facing?
Too many proposals. Men just. Well, honestly, I did not expect it.
No, I did. This is an opportunity for you because you are not the only one who would be distracted by people who distract, but you also have a word for them. So go on that point. Can you elaborate more?
One of the greatest challenge actually just being a pretty woman is people wanting to be with you, people wanting to date you or trying to date you. Not really because I couldn't really tell what exactly they were looking for, but I just guess because of they see the kind of hard work you're putting to create a business, probably overseas, and they just maybe they get attracted by that. Just the idea, not the reality of the kind of person you are. And if there's anyone out there having the same challenge, I would say you can always be brighter than that and you can always think beyond that. And just know that such people will always be there and they're not going anywhere. So yeah, it's just all about you learning to have your own standards too and how to deal with such situations peacefully and maintain peace because you may need them as your customers or at some point in life. So you don't want to create enmity, but just peacefully decline the offer.
Yeah, that's a very good advice to all the business women and girls out there. It's very important, actually. It's very important that you brought that one up. I was kind of not going that direction, but it's very important because it's going to advise somebody on how they can deal with such situations. Now, what I would want to know is, you said you were studying. What did you study in Australia?
Masters in public health.
And what did you study in Kenya?
Analytical chemistry with computing.
Analytical chemistry with computing. So there's nothing to do with fashion and fabrics there. So you finished your master's.
Absolutely
Are you
not.
still studying or are you finished?
I just finished in August, so I'm waiting to look for a job in public health.
Any plans to study again?
Probably the only other thing I would love to study is maybe fashion, a course in fashion, just to enhance whatever I'm already doing, and be able to do some things for those people that have challenging designs, I would say.
And one question coming into my inbox is, how do you cope with work demand and business? How do you cope with both work and business? How are you juggling the two? Because we understand it's all hard everywhere.
I know. Actually, that was a challenge that actually I forgot to mention, or maybe it's because I've just gotten in used to. The one thing about working and doing your own business actually at some point is creating a list of priorities. Because when you want to build your own business, you are seeing a vision for yourself. It's like you're creating your own empire. At some point, you'll want to create space on time for you. So it reached a point where I would go to work less and work for myself more. So that's not really because I want to keep the business going, but it's because I want to see the amount of dedication I'm giving my business and me as a me time. So when I stopped being a student or when I finished my studies, it was a bit easier balancing the two. But when I was still a student and having been a student working and having my own business, I think it just reached a point where it was all about balancing and sacrifice. So at some point in success, there's something you'll always want to sacrifice. So me, I think the one thing that was so precious was time and sacrificing sleep. I would make sure at least I get enough rest, not too much working, but maybe most of the time I would find myself working late. Most of the time, maybe sleeping time would be really late, just because I need to get things done and orders done in time, and at the same time, maybe assignments if I had any. So yes.
There is one person who is appreciating your work. Is Brennis Kelly saying, "Keep up this good work, Lindah." Um, so
I know her.
I'm
She's my
hoping that
friend.
he is going to, or is your friend?
Yes, I know her.
Okay, that's very wonderful. So yeah, is inspiring you, which is very good. So if we can give you this opportunity to say your last words and invite people to your business, and then we say thank you for coming to Afroworld.
Okay. First and foremost, I would love to say a great thank you for this opportunity. And a word I would want to give someone out there is don't sit too much on an opportunity or an idea. Put it out there and just know there'll be someone out there ready to support you. Have the least expectations when you want to start something and always trust the process. Another thing is always competing with yourself. Competing yourself is basically just you monitoring yourself. Don't worry about comparison of other people doing better than you. Always monitor of how am I doing this month or how was I doing 3 months ago. It's all about competing yourself. At some point you'll have to make things all about you, which is okay because that is when you get to focus on what matters most and have your focus in place. So for those who want to have any of my products, I'm always on Facebook as Lindah Monzaley, and my contact number is as on the screen. And my Facebook page is Nzalekara Fashion, and I can always make you any design that you have in mind. And always happy to help and encourage anyone who's out there struggling with something about business related.
Thank you very much, Lindah, and to all the young Lindahs out there. You can see Lindah's number if you want to know more about fashion and fabrics from the source and from it's talent-based. Lindah will be there to advise you. To those people who wanted to look nice, dress nice, Lindah is here. She can satisfy, she can quench your thirst in that regard. We will be having Lindah in the near future when she finished setting up her workstation. She will be showing you guys how she's doing things, how she's cooking these nice clothes. So what you are putting on, you made it yourself. This is
Yes.
some of the things you are doing.
Yes.
And the earrings, do you design or you just because I can see the
Oh,
African continent there.
no, for the earrings, I don't make them just yet.
Okay, but whatever you have, you made it. So to all the women of Africa and men of Africa who want to look nice, and all other Australians, any design you can think of, Lindah can make it for you. Thank you very much, Lindah, for coming to Afroworld, and we look forward to catching up with you in the next broadcast for your business.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.